So on Discord, we only have one person. And I'm going to start opening everything else just to see a few people on Twitter. Yeah, cool. A few people on Twitter.
Are you using MagicPath's channel?
No, I'm using my channel.
Okay.
So chat is open for Twitter. So if you guys are watching from Twitter, feel free to chat with me there. I'm going to do the same thing right now for YouTube. So yeah, perfect. YouTube is also live. All right. So today, what we're going to be doing is the following. We're going to build a library, right? Because that's what the Contra Hackathon is for, building out libraries inside of MagicPath. And what's funny is that today I got the idea of like, MagicPath has its own library. Why not build out MagicPath's library inside of MagicPath for the hackathon? So obviously I'm not gonna submit any work for the hackathon because I'm a judge. But hello, Mikey, by the way. I'm not gonna submit any work, but I'm just gonna show you the kind of the process of how to get started. Just putting in mind that if I were to actually submit some type of work with for this hackathon, how it would look like. So let's go ahead. Let me just organize my screen over here. And I guess everywhere you can see my screen, so that's good. Okay, perfect. All right. And guys on Discord, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. I'll have the chat open here as well. Okay, so, all right. So we have a few things. There's a few things. We have, for example, these buttons. We have these type of secondary buttons. We have this like toggle thing over here with this pop-up, right? Whenever I toggle over something, it has like this little pop-up. We have like this thing down here, these selectors, zoom to fit all. We have this color picker, right? There's a bunch of different things that we can build out here. We have the libraries. We have the actual like full sidebar. We have the ability to change between dark mode and light mode. I actually like dark mode more. It's easier with my eyes. And then we can go back to files, and then we have like these little cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open MagicPath, a new file in one tab, and I'm going to open another file in another tab. And just, I hope that you guys can see everything. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start from scratch. Do we even have a MagicPath theme? Let's see. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that the team has it, but we don't really have it. So yesterday I was showing you guys this tweakcn.com/AI, where we actually, this is like the Discord, not the Discord, the GitHub theme with these like green buttons and so on and so forth. So what we can do is we can get like a screenshot of this, for example, and create a theme based on these colors. So I'm thinking we can go like this, take that screenshot, bring it in here, and we can then submit this. It's eventually going to create a dark theme ShadCN UI theme based on the provided image, focusing on the dark gray tones and the muted green accents. So yeah, that's exactly what I want. So let's just wait for this. Oh, didn't really do that well. Let's see, colors. We want the color to be, let me see if I can get this Figma file from somewhere actually. Figma.com. Let's see, MagicPath. Right, let's probably get it from here. Let's open it up over here. And hello to everyone joining us on Twitter and on YouTube. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna be building out this design system from MagicPath, and let's see. I'm just gonna open this Twixien again and edit a few things. Let's see if I can start from here. Okay, so this is the color copied. Let's say use this color as primary button color. We can just start adding more and more. And they also have like this milky color for, it's weird. Why is this 7, 8? Somehow it's not reading the colors properly. Let's just do it manually. 73875E. There we go. 738. 73875E. This is looking more like it. Okay. And then if I put light mode, 73875E. I'll see something, some changes here now. Yeah, this would also be the same. 73875E. Perfect. And 73875E. We can make this a little bit lighter. Good, good. Okay. So we also have, I see that someone's asking, hey, Lucas, do you work for MagicPath? Yes, I do. I'm basically getting the community together here. That's my role. I'm the community guy. So 7767 F7F6EE. Okay, let's try to do that as a background color. Let's see how this looks like. Yeah, okay. Let's see. X F7 F6EE. That looks good. Okay. Okay, we can start off with like a base like this. Then we can copy this, bring this into MagicPath, and I'm going to create a custom little design here. Let's just close Figma and create a new theme. Import, paste, apply. So we got our MagicPath theme, right? So that's one way of doing it. And if I go like that, you can see our dark mode looking great. A few things maybe we want to adjust. Maybe making this white, you know, but still, I don't know. Maybe it looks good like this. Let's just click on save. And we're going to call this MagicPath. Save theme. Perfect. All right, now what we can do is we can switch through these different tabs and start taking screenshots of specific elements. Like, for example, here, the sidebar or this little toggle down here. Maybe this toggle might be a cool little thing to start off with. So I'm thinking, should we do like a dark mode theme or like a light mode theme? Anyone here in the chat? Cool. Where can I see if they have any open positions? I'm currently looking to join a team. I mean, I would definitely just reach out to the MagicPath channel on Twitter and see if they have something available. I think that's like the best way of doing it, honestly. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do the dark mode components. We can start off with a button like this, and what we're gonna do is just take a screenshot like that, open the chat, bring this in here, choose the theme, MagicPath, and we can say it now like, create this button. Head and click on submit, and then we can do the same thing over here with something like this. Go like this. Create this toggle component. And then we can just start doing it with other things. So we have this button, we have this toggle. We can create this at the bottom again. And then once these things start getting created, we're going to slowly, adjust certain things. We're going to adjust like the styling. We're going to adjust the interactions. I think the interactions is the most important thing to adjust, because like you, for example, could click on this and a color picker pops up, right? You want that to happen. Right now, if I were to generate it, like generate this component, if I were to click on this, probably nothing would happen. Maybe it doesn't really understand. The AI doesn't really understand, but that's why, you as a human, it's very important for you to help the AI understand. So we get our different little components over here. We have this share button. We have this little toggle over here that can toggle, and you can see that it toggles with different selectors. Now it's creating this one, and then we can go and check out different things. So maybe like we can do like this card, for example. So we can take a screenshot of this loop and go back in here and double click and go like that and say generate a project card component. And slowly but surely, we're going to start building out all of these little components. And eventually, just like a classic Lego set, we have our little Lego blocks, and we can block them together and create a nice MagicPath prototype, right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and see. Okay, we want to, for example, build out the side panel. This one might be a little bit more difficult because it has a lot of different things inside, but maybe not. Build out this side panel component. Right. Now we have our project over here. Perfect. So we have our project dark toggle toolbar, zoom control bar. Awesome. So as you can see, it didn't really understand this little dot over here. And that's because, like, if you were to click on it, that's when you would really understand what it is. So what I want to do is I actually want to rebuild this. And we can zoom in and zoom out and do this, but let's replace this thing with a color picker. So I'm going to go ahead, click on this button, edit with AI, and say, let's replace this button with a color picker button. When the user clicks on this color picker button, a color picker pops out. Maybe we give it too much context. Let's see how this looks like. But that's how I would do it. And hello to those that just joined.
Hey Lucas, it's me.
Hello Momo. Hello Erica. How are you guys doing? Oh Momo, you have a cough. Hope you're doing well. So, and yeah, to those in Twitter and on YouTube, if you're interested in like chatting directly with me, you can join our Discord. I'm here in Discord, and yeah, we can basically just join. You can join the call and unmute yourself and chat. So yeah, we're slowly but surely getting all of these components built out. I'm thinking, what else can we build here? We have this little project card. We have this sidebar. When we click on a new file, okay, we have these secondary buttons. So let's do like this. And let's go create this secondary button. Start putting these together. Right, making them smaller. Loop. And now over here we have our color picker tool. Okay, so now it's looking like this. Okay, so we want it to look more like this. So what we can do is we can take a screenshot and go back here, ask MagicPath, and say, you know, the color picker should look like this. Right? So now that's getting done. So that's kind of like one of the best ways. And that this is usually the best process when you're building out something that has a very sophisticated interaction, that you have to kind of go step by step. So you can't expect the AI to build the whole thing and guess how the interaction would work like. You'd have to kind of build out the first state, right, which is that static state, and then start building out the second state, which is how it would look like on hover, then the third state, which is like how it would look like on click, and so on and so forth. Does anyone have any questions so far? Feel free to ask if you guys have any questions. So we have the sign-in card, perfect. And it has a light background. I actually want these to be both in a dark background. So see if we can do it like this. Okay. Make background fill dark. Make this dark mode. Okay, so actually got the color picker correct. This actually looks very good. But where is our little toggle element, right? So let's move this up here. And we can say the color, let's actually go one step back. So you can actually, if you get caught up in a mistake and you want to go to your previous version, you can go up here where it says your latest version and go back to V2, for example. So now I'm back in V2. And in V2, I can go and say like, when the user clicks on the color picker should look like this. And obviously, oh, let's copy this text, take a screenshot. Boom. Oh, is this? Look for my screenshot somewhere else. Oops. Thanks. Something is wrong with this. Let's just do it like this. Recent screenshot. Boom. Paste. When the user clicks on the color picker should look like this. Once, and then let's just try it out like that for now. All right, this is looking actually pretty good. Obviously, you want this MagicPath logo. So we can save this image, I guess. Yes, it's an SVG. Perfect. And we can start replacing images over here. So we can get this and say, you know, replace this SVG with this SVG. So if I go to downloads, how can we do this? I'd have to probably ask Jacob to see how we can do this, but you could use SVGs or you can use images. In this case, I'm just going to use an image. I think that would be easier. So let me go quick to Figma. and get that image of the logo. And if you guys are building something at the same time, I'd love to know what type of library you guys are building. I know that some of you are. Yeah.
Can you just directly post the SVG in the chat?
You can post the SVG in the chat. You just have to like post. You know how like an SVG has like lines of code. You'd have to post that.
Yeah.
And I could open it up in like Cursor. Let me see if I can do that. If we can just use the SVG. Let me just open up Cursor 1 second in another window. With Finder. So you can, once you download an SVG, you can right click on the SVG and say like open with cursor. So I'm going to open with cursor, and then we get this. I don't know if you can see it in Discord or in YouTube, but basically we get like a file, an SVG, and I can just copy this and say over here. Let's actually just copy paste. You can say replace this SVG, replace with this SVG. And you can copy that and put it here. Boom. This is all the whole SVG path. Click on generate and see how that looks like. But obviously you could, eventually just use an image, right? An image URL, or like just upload it from your computer. That's another way of doing it. So yeah, let me see what everyone else is doing. I'm working on a fintech banking library. Okay, interesting. So what types of components would that be? That would be like I'm thinking of like a mobile app type of thing where you can see your balance, your account balance. Is it going to be like a traditional banking app, or is it going to be more of like a trading app? Oh, Rohit is building the same thing. Also fintech. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's wait for this to load. And then at the same time, let's just go back here and look for other things that we can build. There's not a lot, I guess. There's a few things. I guess this is like a card component. We can build this, right? Like what do you call this? Like a kind of slider component. Let's switch to something that.
Which one?
This one that I'm looking at right now. This one over here.
Yeah, so slider carousel.
Carousel, right?
Carousel.
Carousel banner. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Carousel banner. So we get this, and then we can go down here, double click, bring this in here, build out this carousel banner component. And then I'm going to show you guys how to basically upload a custom image from here. From your Figma or from Canva or wherever you build it, and post it in here. So we got something. This is from one of the contestants banking app. So let's see. Oh, nice. We have a bunch of different components here. So this is like the initial state. I think like from first view, I would definitely adjust the time. Like, you got to do a few adjustments because like the time looks very, very big, and maybe just use. We have a library where you can just use that top banner since this is a mobile app. But nice. This card component looks really cool with the grid. Settle payment. Let's see what else we got. You built a lot of stuff already. There's a Giro component that works on mobile. Oh, at the bottom. Okay. Oh, this one, right? It was this one that you were talking about. That whenever you move it, like in your mobile device, it actually moves, right?
Yeah, and then there's one below where when you shake your phone, the color of the card changes.
This one?
Kind of cool. I think go down a bit more. And then to the right.
To the right. Let's see. This one.
Yeah. The one next to it.
This one.
Yeah.
Interesting. So if I were to shake this on my phone, shake me 3D
Yeah.
card. Okay, so this is actually a, oh wow, look at this. So I can even hover my mouse over it. And I guess what happens is that if I open this on my phone, it reacts with my phone's movement. So these are like little things that you can try out. And I would highly suggest because if I were to open this up and not speak to you, I wouldn't know that this existed. So maybe what you can do is like build out like a little, like a, how would you call it? Like a yellow paper. What are those post-it notes, right? Like a post-it, and put it next to this and say like, oh, this has a, a specific interaction on the phone when you select it, or when you open it on your phone, you can shake it, right? I would definitely include
The
that
whole
there.
file's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, but it's going well. Like this is this is the second day of the whole hackathon, right? So I can see that you've been trying a bunch of different types of interactions
Yeah,
here.
this
and there.
stuff might be
This looks
deleted
cool.
here.
You deleted this,
Yeah.
okay? But this is a very, this is cool as well.
Yeah, if I get it to work, I might keep it.
Okay, cool. This is also nice. I would say like maybe adding it in like some bento grid type of thing. That's like the first thing that came to mind right now. The graphs look really cool, especially this one. Very unique style with like these pill bars.
Yeah, I
Obviously.
think a lot of them have animations if you refresh it.
Okay. These I don't
Like, if
think
you
so.
Oh, because we can't view it. But yeah, when I
Okay.
refresh my screen, it does actually have a clear animation.
So someone is asking how to participate in the hackathon. Well, let's just take a quick break and let me show you how to do that. So let me just look for the link first. So over here, you go to this place. Let me just copy this URL for you. First thing that you have to do is sign up over here. There's going to be a button that says sign up for the hackathon. And once you sign up, you want to go scroll down here. It says claim 100 free credits. So you click here to claim your credits. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to open a type form, multi-step form that you have to complete in order to get your 100 credits. Because you can sign up and use your own credits, but the whole point of this is that we give you 100 free credits to use so that you can go crazy and build a bunch of stuff. So with that being said, sign up with this little button that's here. I already signed up, so you don't really see it on my screen, but sign up here and then scroll a little bit down where you see Pietro's post and then claim those 100 free credits right over here where it says here. All right? Did you understand? Any more questions regarding that? If you don't understand, if you have more questions, just please let me know. But that's pretty much it. Like, it's just going to that page. Where to submit? Well, over here where it says submissions. Where it says submissions, you basically submit your post, right? So yeah, that's where you submit. Anyone else having struggles with this, with knowing how to do anything inside of? Okay, perfect. So all right, so we got this. Okay, I'm seeing that it's creating the carousel in different colors. So I think I didn't choose the theme. So let's go ahead and try to do this again, but let's choose that theme actually it is choosing the theme. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's put the carousel. What are these called? Like the carousel dots or progress bar, progress selectors.
I think it's called the progress bar. Yeah.
I mean, the progress bar is just one though. Let's just say, okay, let's place the carousel progress bar underneath the banner outside of its div. Let's just put it like this underneath the banner. And then we want to give it like a max width because we don't want it to always stretch. We want it to be like a max width of around 790 pixels, I would say, like a good tablet size. So let's do that as well once it generates that. And then we can just keep on searching for different things. So we also have this one with like a nice little gradient background. So we can go ahead and click, we can take a screenshot, go over here on the side, bring this in here, and we can say, create this category card, right? Would it be like a, create this category card? Okay, so now let's see where these, we don't see the progress bar. So let's go ahead and revert. And let's do something. I want to first deal with this issue. Please make the max width of the component to be 790 pixels. Let me close Figma. And hello to those that just joined on Discord. We have Anton, we have King as well, who just joined. Okay, so now let's go down over here, build some other stuff. Let's explore the landing pages. Let's see how this looks like. Let's create like an interactive canvas component. So basically this whole thing is like an interactive canvas. So let's create interactive canvas component dark mode. Perfect. So for this, what we can do is we can select this and say replace this with an image div. Perfect. I want to know what the others are working on as well. Okay, I'll set up a stylish interactive canvas in dark mode. What kind of interaction would you like in the canvas? Drawing moving shapes? Let's do moving shapes. Moving shapes. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually rebuild this one. Perfect. Build out this carousel component. Over here, I want to replace this image with another one. Let's go and copy image address. And then what I want to do is I want to adjust the height of this to be like that. Go like that. Place, link it up. Perfect. Click on save. Great. So we got this modern dark side panel. What was this again? Let's delete this. start organizing everything. Color picker. Let's actually create this as a separate one and this as another one. Create this interactive component. Awesome. Great. We don't really have these arrows on the side, so let's delete those arrows. And we can replace this all with an image. Let's just save this first. So right now, these are like different images. So I'm going to copy this image address, for example. And then I'm going to say, let's first want to see what this looks like. Replace this with an image div. Perfect. Oh, look at our interactive canvas. Let's see how this looks like. Can we move shapes? Add shape. Let's actually do like a drawing app in the MagicPath style. So this is like a, I don't know what this is. This is like our first version. So let's build a let's build a drawing app. Let's do dark mode. Let's choose this MagicPath theme. Let's set this up like this. And over here, I want to just select this and put this image. Save. Cool. Perfect. And then we can use this button. Share button. It's just called a button. Replace. Then what we can start doing is that once you get like the little components built out and you're satisfied with them, you could theoretically like bring them into other designs. Like for example, here I want to replace this green button with this button, which is called share button. So let's say replace the button with @share button. So we can try to do something like this. All right, so now we have our dark mode MagicPath drawing app. And so for example, we have something looking like this. And I can select different colors and start drawing something. Right. Let's see. We can do the same thing, but in light mode. Let's just say, let's create a drawing app. Give me the ability to draw, erase, undo, redo, and what else? What else can we do? Like, I think this is good for starters, and then we can do like different layers and stuff like that. What's also interesting is that you can add components that can tie to your camera, right? So I can make like a drawing app where I can take a picture of myself via my webcam and then like draw on top of it, right? So we can probably add that feature over here. So we can say like give the user the ability to take a picture and draw on top of that picture. Do something like that. We have a few different types of examples of people that have been doing that. We can check that out later. But yeah, as you can see, I brought in this button over here, and it basically gets it correct. So that's nice. So now we have this light mode drawer over here. We have this. Again, you can just like draw something, right? Undo, redo, delete, and so on. And over here, let's see where we have the camera. Did it implement that? Was it here? I don't even remember. We can draw shapes. Let's see. Let's do it over here. Give user ability to take a picture with their camera and add the photo to the canvas. Anyone have any questions regarding anything? If you're building something, I'd love to see what you're building. Feel free to share like screenshots or anything, any insights. So yeah, for example, here you can add shapes and stuff. You can add lines. So this would actually be like a good start to like a MagicPath tool if we were to just remove this drawing feature, right? We can like just remove this drawing and just shapes. You can potentially draw like a little wireframe for a website, I guess. And also, like Mikey was saying, you can also add certain types of how do you call it, like haptic feedback movements with your device. Maybe the color would move, or like the gradient would kind of move as you hover over the device, as you hover over the interface, or as you move your device, right? So these are like also little things that you can try doing. All right, so let's open this. I'm going to open it in a new tab. I'm going to do this. And let's see the capture photo. Actually, the capture photo is not working. Okay, I have to allow this. Insert permissions. Permission is secure. Something is wrong with this. Let's just try with a picture, for example. So it works with the picture. We just have to make sure that this is working. And not only with images, but you can also do like with audio devices, like voice, for example. I tried prompting an ancient mythologies quiz component and then embedded it into a website. Cool. Okay, let's see I'm gonna open the project. Oh, interesting. So this is like a quiz one. Did you get the style from somewhere? Like the colors or the fonts from somewhere, or is this just purely made with text? Yeah, so this is like a great example that your designs don't have to be very simple. They can also be very like multi-step, like this, right? These are like multi-step smart components. So they can involve different pages inside of one component, right? Looked up a bunch of inspo and then shared color palettes when prompting. Okay, pretty cool. So this is how like a finished product would be. But again, remember that for the hackathon, it's just very important to like make a library, right? You want to have the fit like a library that yes, like someone can use your library to build out something like this, or actually build out a completely different thing, but using this specific design system. If that makes sense. You know, like with these cards, right? With this type of button over here, that you can finish like with these different icons, with these icons, and so on and so forth, with these selectors or these trait cards, with these progress bars. So all of these like as one main library, and then this can be like a great final product of your library, right? But the most important thing is just having like a library of different components that you cool that you can basically have, and then you can save it as a library and then use it in a new project. Cool. But nice. I'm happy to see that you're building this. I like this quiz factor. It's nice. I like the fintech one that we saw earlier as well. So slowly but surely, people are starting to create some cool stuff. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can just join our Discord or comment on this post or on this video, and we'll be happy to help. So let's go ahead and try to fix this. So the webcam component is not working. It's not. Yeah, let's just try it very simple for now. But yeah, a webcam, microphone. You could do like different types of APIs. Like for example, we have this one. Like for example, like there are free APIs for maps, for example, or for weather, or I don't know. We've used a bunch of them in the past, but there are a few APIs that you can use for free and that MagicPath kind of knows about. So create a current weather app, maybe. And you can, oh, sorry, not an app. 1 second, let's delete this. Create a current weather component. Yes, you can add APIs, but don't give it your API key. Like never do that. If you want to use a certain type of API, add like a little input, like a placeholder for the person to put in their own API key and eventually test it out. Yeah, perfect. All right. So anyone else have anything that they want to talk about, anything that they want to share? Allow while visiting the site. Okay, now I can take a picture. So I go like this. And then I can draw like a little mustache, right? So that's just like one quick little thing that you can do. You can, combine your camera, your webcam, and all of these different things to this. You can also make like, I saw one time, like a couple months ago, someone made a component where you could talk and then there's like waves reacting to your voice. So those types of things you can make as well. So if you're making some type of library where you have to speak to the app, you can make like a cool like interactive widget where the widget reacts with your voice to kind of like show you that it understands what you're saying. Does that make sense? Like maybe if you're making like a Siri component library, or like some type of speech component library. I actually think that would be pretty cool, like a cool idea. So we have San Francisco. I'm not in San Francisco. So eventually, I guess you can use some type of I have to ask Jacob about this. He knows much more than I do about what types of APIs you can integrate to this. So let's say like get my current graphical weather data. See if we can do something like this. I'll add okay, so I'll add automatic location detection and real weather data fetching to your weather component. Let's see what this does. What else? What else can we talk about? I guess a great example of what you can build is what we were building last week. For example, like we had this IBM library with different components, different inputs, different like interactive components over here, as you can see, right? All with the same type of style. So we have these different like toggles, switches over here. We have different cards. We have like file uploads. We have password protectors. We have different footers for pages. We have drop downs and so on and so forth. So these types of things are like a great example of what we want you to build for the hackathon, like a full-on component library that you can just, over here we have our libraries, and these are other great examples, right? These are like maybe 50 or more different types of components that you can just easily drag and drop into your project, right? I drag and drop this, drag and drop this, boom, this one as well, right? This is actually one of the camera ones. So that's exactly what we want you to do. We want you to create one of your own types of libraries that you can just open up and drag and drop these different sections, right? If someone is building a banking app, they need like several types of screens as to what type of, maybe like the deposits screen, or like the add funds screen, or the transferring money screen. A great place to also look at is Mobbin. I would say mobbin.com. This is a paid site, so just to keep in mind. But I think they might have some type of free trial. I'm not sure. But you can search for like banking, right? Banking app. You can look for like Chase UK, right? And then Chase UK, you have all of these different screens. So these are like great examples of how a banking app would look like. You have the traditional like iOS keyboard at the bottom and the numbers, but then you have these things like the inputs that are very unique to the Chase design system, right? So you have these inputs, you have like this code verification thing, the passcode, the country selector, you have like these bullet points over here. So this is a great place to kind of look for inspiration when it comes to like creating a component library for a specific type of industry, right? And then if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we have more things, right? This is like the main screen. This would be like the like a category card, or like a pricing activity card. It's kind of like that, where you have the company that you paid for and the amount that you paid, right? And this is like the spotlight card, right? This is a spotlight card where you spent 17 pounds in a specific month. What else? What else? So yeah, we even have this one with like a map, for example. This is really interesting. This would be like its own little component, right? I hope that you guys are understanding what I'm saying, but like look, do your research, and the most important thing is that you want a library, not with a finished design, but with like separate components that you can just reproduce and build different types of internal tools, right? Like let's say that you have a company and you have a specific design language in your company. You make a library based on that design language, and then you can use that library to build out different types of internal tools, right? Different types of prototypes. let's say that you are a banking app, but you want to build a drawing app with these same components. How can you do that? You can use MagicPath by basically combining these different components and then adding like a new aspect to it, for example. So, yeah, and then you have like these image sections over here, like what Mikey was doing with the cards. You have the card page as well. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyone else have any questions so far regarding MagicPath, regarding the hackathon, regarding Contra? Anywhere, Discord, Twitter, YouTube? All right. So that ends today's hourly session. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream everywhere. But if you guys have more questions, please feel free to join our Discord, and we'll be there to help out. And tomorrow we'll do another quick like co-working session like we did today. So yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. So bye YouTube. And I'm gonna say bye to X right now.